My child, stop for a moment. Pause. Breathe. Give me your attention. Yes, you. Do not scroll past me. Do not let your thumb outrun the help that has finally reached you. This appearing before your eyes is not random, not accidental, not something you can treat as background noise. I arranged this moment long before you were old enough to hold a screen, long before you learned how to hide your pain with a steady voice. I knew the exact hour your heart would be tender like this, the exact minute your thoughts would circle the night that still aches. I scheduled this interruption because I am about to speak directly to the night you thought no one saw. My beloved child, that night has a name, and I am the one naming it out loud. I saw the hour when your mouth stayed calm but your chest shook. I saw the way you looked for a light switch you could not find inside yourself. I saw the quiet, not the lovely quiet, but the heavy kind that swallows sound and makes your ribs feel like a cage. I watched you steady your breathing so no one nearby would wake. I watched you stare at the ceiling and practice the sentence you would never send. I watched your hands tremble and your eyes hold back their flood. You did not whisper a request, yet I heard everything your silence begged. My child, I do not speak this to shame you. I do not bring you back to that night to punish you or to measure you against anyone else. I do this to cover you. I am addressing what attacked you then, so it will not keep circling you now. I interrupt you to protect you. I interrupt you to say, I was in that room. The room you thought was empty was filled with my presence. Even when you felt nothing, even when you thought your prayers had expired or were lost in transit, I was nearer than the blanket on your skin, guarding breath you did not know you were losing. Listen to me, my child. This cannot be rushed. Stay with me. Do not turn away halfway, because what I'm about to heal cannot be rushed. Do not skim this like a headline. Do not multitask with your pain. For a few minutes, lay down the compulsion to check, to compare, to escape. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands stop fidgeting. I have been patient with every detour you have taken to avoid this ache. But right now, I call you by your true name and pull you into a shelter you did not know you were allowed to enter. Nothing about this conversation is casual. Nothing about this timing is late. You did not stumble here by chance. And you are not here because you are weak in a way I find disappointing. You are here because your silent breaking was a turning point, and I am turning you toward me. I do not say this to frighten you, but to awaken you. The urge to click away right now is not innocent. There is a strategy that works hard to keep you numb, scattered, and overoccupied. But I am the one who calms storms with a word, and tonight, the word is stop. Stop running inside yourself. Stop rehearsing the lie that no one noticed. Stop calling that night just tired when it was a wound. I noticed every unspoken thought. My beloved child, hear my voice cut through the noise. I see you. I know what you swallowed so you wouldn't spill it on someone else's peace. I know what you carried down the hallway without turning on a light. I know the names you called yourself under your breath, and the way your chest tightened at the thought that maybe this is just who you are now. Fragile, frayed, alone. You are not alone. You were not alone then. I was with you then, and I am with you now. I am not here to interrogate you. I am here to escort you out of the room where fear tried to lock you in. Give me your attention. Give me the next few minutes like an offering, because I will give you back rest you have not been able to find. I am not demanding performance. I am inviting presence. I am not piling on tasks. I am removing weights. When I speak to you like this, it is not to expose you to the crowd. It is to gather you close, to wrap you in the mantle of my care, to declare over you a covering that no accusation can pierce. The heaviness that visited you that night is not your identity. The silence that sat on your tongue is not evidence that I was absent. I was listening. I am listening still. So, my child, stay. Stay when your reflex says, hurry. Stay when the buzzing world tries to tug your sleeve. Stay when memory stings. The sting is not your future. It is where I am placing my hand. Breathe again. There is more I will say, more I will lift, more I will reveal. But this is the beginning, and beginnings matter. Mark this. I am naming the night you broke, not to relive it, but to reclaim it. You did not hide it from me then, and you will not face it without me now. Let this interruption stand as a banner in your mind. You are seen, you are covered, and you are not scrolling past your healing tonight. My child, come closer and let me walk you back, not to wound you again, but to show you what you could not see then. I am not reopening a scar. I am revealing a shelter. You called that room empty. You believed the air itself was indifferent, that the silence was proof of my absence. But hear me, the room you thought was empty was thick with my presence. I was not in the next room. I was with you, there in the dim light, before a single tear found your skin. I remember the glow from the hallway trying and failing to cross the threshold. I remember your phone face down on the nightstand, a small black square you were afraid to flip because you could not carry one more word from anyone. I remember the bathroom door clicked almost shut, the fan humming to create a cover for sounds you did not plan to make. I remember the tile cold beneath your feet, and the edge of the tub where you sat to steady a storm you could not steady. I remember the towel drawn tight, the sink running for no reason except to say to your own ears, no one can hear this. I remember the pillow held over your face, the way your hands pressed against your mouth to keep the shaking quiet. I remember the soft, fierce tremble that traveled through you without a sound. My child, I saw what you did not say. I heard the prayer you could not finish, the one that began with my name and then disappeared into a breath. I caught the wordless ache, the sentence that ended mid-thought, the pleas that never found its companion. I heard the apology you tried to make to no one in particular. I heard the questions, why this? Why now? Is anyone coming? I was there when the tears rose like tide, and you braced yourself as if tears would betray you. They did not betray you, they announced you. They were not weakness, they were a signal flare your soul released when it ran out of pretending. They were the truth leaving your body because your lips were tired of lying. I'm fine. You thought you were being strong by breaking where no one could judge you. You rationed your sorrow so it wouldn't spill into the spaces you keep tidy for everyone else. You tucked your trembling into rooms you believed were safe from eyes and questions. You tried to be the steady one, the reliable one, the one who never makes a scene. You carried the peace of others like a fragile dish, and told yourself you could not afford to drop it. So you hid. You covered your mouth. You hid from your own voice because you were afraid your voice would ask for help, and then you would owe yourself an answer. Hear me, my beloved child. I am not angry with you for doing this. I am not disappointed. I know why you learned to be quiet. I understand the cost of being the strong one. I know how many nights you have translated love into silence so no one would be inconvenienced by your breaking. But I will not let you face the invoice for everyone else's peace alone. I am your protector too, in that room, on that floor, in that bed behind that closed door. I did not stand on the other side waiting for you to compose yourself. I drew near. I placed my hand on your back, the place your shoulders knot when you pretend. I counted your breaths when you forgot to breathe. I steadied your chest when it felt like a locked door. I moved between you and the lies lining up to accuse you. I surrounded your bed in the night. I filled the space above your head, beneath your feet, and all the inches beside you that felt like miles. Your tears did not fall into emptiness. They fell into my hands. Everyone. You felt nothing and thought that meant I was absent. You called the numbness abandonment. But presence is not proven by feeling, it is proven by me. Storms can hide the stars from your sight. They cannot chase them out of the sky. The fog that wrapped your mind did not wrap mine. I was closer to you than the pulse in your wrist, nearer than the dampness on your cheeks, more present than the hum of the fan or the weight of the blanket. Even when you could not feel me, I was not measured by your sensing. I was measured by my love, and my love is not seasonal, not occasional, not situational. It does not leave the room when the room grows dim. My child, I remember the exact sound your throat made when it tried not to make a sound. I remember how you sat on the bathroom floor because standing felt like a decision too large. I remember how you angled the shower so the water's drumming could hide the rhythm of your grief. I remember the mirror fogged over and how that felt truer than your future, blurry, unreachable, unsayable. And still, I stayed. I placed peace like a quiet weight at the base of your neck. I guarded you as sleep finally visited, not because you found the right words, but because I covered you in the absence of words. Do not call that night your failure. Call it the night I came closer than your next breath and you began to learn that I do not wait for your strength to meet you. Those tears were not the undoing of your faith. They were a new prayer language I understood completely. You broke quietly because that is where you thought you would be least costly to others. But in that place you were most honest with me, and I honored that honesty with my nearness. I did not critique your posture. I did not grade your composure. I bent low and gathered you as you were, where you were. And hear me now. That same presence is filling this moment too. The room you are in as you listen, no matter how ordinary, how silent, how dim, is not empty. I am here and I am here to stay. Let the memory that once taught you to hide now teach you to reach. When you lay your phone face down tonight, do it not to disappear but to be found. When you close the door, do it not to be alone, but to be with me. When a pillow meets your face, let it muffle nothing. I can handle your full voice. I saw what you didn't say. I heard the prayer you couldn't finish, and I am finishing what you asked without words. I am with you. I am covering you. I am making this room a sanctuary again. My child, listen to me. You broke quietly because you have been holding so much for so long. You have been the dependable one, the one who remembers the details others forget, the one who smiles so no one else has to carry the weight you carry. You have been a steady shore for waves that weren't even yours. You have absorbed frustrations that were not born in your heart, taken calls when your own voice was shaking, answered needs before your own had a chance to introduce themselves. You have been exhausted, emotionally overloaded, stretched thin across too many days that ask too much. You have walked through rooms where your feelings learned to tiptoe so they wouldn't be labeled too much. So when the night came and your strength reached its edge, you did not explode, you imploded. You folded your pain small because you thought small would cost everyone less. I know why you did this. I understand the mathematics of your compassion, and I am not angry with you. My beloved child, hear this clearly. I do not accuse you for being human. I draw near to restore you. I crafted your frame. I know its limits. I designed your heart. I know its thresholds. I am not surprised that you reached the end of yourself. I was already waiting there with mercy. I will not scold a sprained soul for limping. I will not shame a tired mind for needing rest. I am the one who binds up, who carries, who breathes peace back into lungs that forgot how to expand. Your quiet breaking did not disappoint me. It revealed where you need my care the most. It showed me the exact seam that has been bearing the most strain. It handed me the map to your tender places and invited me to begin there. My child, part of why you broke quietly is the script you learned to recite until it sounded like truth. You've said to yourself, if I fall apart, I will burden them. If I speak, I will be misunderstood. If I need help, I will be rejected. If I show the depth of this ache, I will become the problem they will fix by stepping away. Those sentences stood guard around your throat like bouncers, deciding which words were allowed out. You trained your heart to pass as light when it was heavy, to pass as full when it was empty, to pass as strong when it was simply braced. You protected others from your storm, and in the process, you exiled yourself from the shelter you needed most. I am not condemning you for that strategy. I am breaking its hold and offering you something better than survival. Come closer, my child, and let me name the deeper wound beneath that moment. This is not only about stress or a long day. This is about feeling unseen in rooms you serve, unloved unless you are useful, replaceable when you finally need a turn to rest. This is about a shadow that has whispered over your life. You are an emotional orphan. No one is coming, so shrink your needs to fit in your pocket. That lie taught you to bless yourself for invisibility and to repent for longing. It taught you to treat affection as a wage you earn, not a home you are given. But I am your home. I am not hiring you for usefulness. I am holding you for love. You are not auditioning. You are not a role that can be recast. You are mine, my beloved child. I am not like the ones who were too tired to notice you. I am not like the ones who loved you on their schedule and left you to sort the after hours alone. I am not like the rooms where you had to prove your right to remain. I am the one who chose you when you had no resume, who delighted in you before you carried anything for anyone. My love is not a contract that can be voided by a bad night. My love is a covenant that covers you in the night. I do not back away when your words are messy. I do not downgrade my care when your emotions spill. I move closer. I cup your face with my peace. I steady your shoulders with my hand. I speak your true name until the false ones grow quiet. So now let me lead you away from whispering around your pain. You do not have to keep secrets from me about the weight you carry. Honesty with me is not danger, it is oxygen. Stillness with me is not laziness, it is where I put you back together. If you can only say one word, say it to me. If you can only breathe, breathe with me. If you are afraid your voice will crack, let it crack in my presence. I will not punish your feelings, I will shepherd them. I prefer your raw cry to your practiced prayer. I prefer the truth to your performance. I prefer you as you are over the version of you that you edited for approval. And hear this, the vows you made to protect yourself, silent vows spoken under your breath in rooms that felt cold, I am gently undoing them. The vow that said, I will never need like this again. The vow that said, I will never ask, I will just handle it. The vow that said, I will be the strong one even if it kills the soft one inside me. Those vows were survival, but they are not the law of your life. I release you from them. You do not have to earn your right to be held. You do not have to apologize for needing a hand on your back. You are allowed to be the one carried. You are allowed to be small in my arms and safe. My child, when you broke quietly, I did not mark you as unreliable. I marked that place as my first stop. Where you hid, I will heal. Where you hushed yourself, I will hand you language. Where you assumed I would be disappointed, I will surprise you with delight. I am not tallying your collapses. I am tracing them back to the pressure points and removing the stones that have been lodged there for years. I will teach you a new script. If I fall apart, he will hold me. If I speak, he will understand. If I need help, he will not reject me. If I bring this ache into the light, it will not burn me, it will warm me. Come to me as you are, my beloved child. Come with the trembling you tried to contain and the questions you tried to silence. Lay down the pose of unbreakable and let me be unbreakable for you. You do not have to quiet your pain to keep my presence. My presence is what quiets your pain. You do not have to manage me. I am here to shepherd you. Tonight, let your honesty be your act of faith. Open your hands, loosen your jaw. Let the words be simple and true. I am here. I am not angry. I am restoring you where you ran out. And this very honesty is the door I will continue to walk through until your heart remembers again and again that you are seen, you are loved, and you are never an orphan in my arms. My child, listen closely, because I am about to name what slithered into that quiet, to speak over you without permission. There has been another voice trying to interpret your pain for you. It is not your friend. It does not love you. It watches for night and for moments of low light, because it prefers to work where truth feels far away. It comes with confidence but no authority, volume but no right. It studied your tiredness and offered labels. It aimed at your identity, not simply your situation. It tried to draft a verdict while you were most vulnerable. But hear me, the darkness tried to name you, and I am here to say, my truth is the only voice with authority over your identity. My beloved child, I heard the exact phrases it tried to plant. Too much. Too late. Too broken. Too needy. Too forgotten. The words arrived like a verdict, didn't they? A 5-stamp sentence pressed onto your chest. Too much for people to carry. Too late to change trajectories. Too broken to be trusted. Too needy to be kept. Too forgotten to matter. This is how that voice works. It presses two into your ribs until you decide you have no right to reach. But you are not too anything for me. You are mine. Your measurements do not define your worth. Your moment does not define your name. I name you loved. I name you kept. I name you seen. I name you wanted. I name you whole in my hands, even when you feel in pieces in yours. My child, let me show you the tactic so you can stop mistaking it for truth. The strategy begins with isolation, pulling you away from honest conversation, away from my voice, away from any eyes that would reflect your value back to you. Isolation says, keep it down, keep it inside, keep it hidden. Then it recruits self-blame. It tells you the storm is your fault entirely, that if you were better, quieter, stronger, more spiritual, none of this would be happening. Self-blame whispers, this is not pain. This is proof you are defective. After isolation and self-blame comes numbness, a fog that settles over your senses so you cannot taste joy or notice kindness or reach for help. Numbness says, why try? Why speak? Why hope? Finally, resignation arrives and tries to sign your future over to despair. Resignation murmurs, this is who you are now. Learn to live small. Expect less. Stop reaching. This is the enemy's staircase. Isolation, self-blame, numbness, resignation. Each step is meant to move you farther from me, deeper into a room where lies echo without being challenged. But I am here, my beloved child, to interrupt that sequence and light every landing. I am drawing you back from isolation with my presence. I am lifting the weight of false guilt with my mercy. I am warming the places numbness chilled with my breath. I am breaking resignation by speaking hope with more authority than the night. I do not say this to frighten you, but to awaken you. You are not helpless because you are not alone. You do not fight lies with willpower alone. You answer them with my voice. You do not climb out by shaming yourself. You rise because I take your hand. Hear me make a distinction that will steady you. I correct you to heal you. The enemy condemns you to keep you bound. Conviction from me is precise, warm, and hopeful. It names a specific wound or choice. and immediately opens a door. Here is what to lay down. Here is where to come close. Here is the step we will take together. Conviction carries peace even when it asks for change. It sounds like a surgeon who knows exactly where to place a gentle hand and exactly how to mend. Condemnation is different, vague, heavy, and suffocating. It attacks your character rather than addressing your need. It says, "You are wrongness. You are failure. You are the problem." It offers no next step, only a verdict and a closing door. Learn this, my child, and you will not be tossed about. If a voice leaves you hopeless, breathless, nameless, it is not mine. If a voice calls you by your true name and opens a path forward, that is me. My child, the enemy has watched your compassion and tried to twist it into self-neglect. He has watched your longing for peace and tried to turn it into a gag on your own voice. He has watched your loyalty and tried to make it an altar where you sacrifice your needs until there is nothing left to offer anyone. But none of those distortions have the final word. I am the one who speaks before beginnings and after the last word of despair. My truth does not argue, it stands. My love does not pace, it remains. My authority does not need permission, it proceeds and it protects. So when the old lies circle again, too much, too late, too broken, too needy, too forgotten, answer them aloud, even softly. Not my name, not my label, not my story. My Father has named me, and His naming is the law over my life. Come closer now and receive a simple vigilance that does not breed anxiety. I do not call you to paranoid watching. I call you to peaceful wakefulness. Be gentle with yourself and firm with lies. Guard the gates of your heart, not by bricking yourself in, but by noticing what enters and refusing to host what I did not send. When a thought arrives that shrinks me and swells your shame, pause and ask, does this voice open a door or lock one? Does this voice point me back to my Father or push me deeper into hiding? If it buries you, release it. If it invites you into light, follow. Set aside the distractions that make every whisper sound the same. Stillness will sharpen your hearing. My voice rarely rides the chaos. It rests in the quiet. And as you quiet your heart, I will remind you again and again of what is true. Within the next days, as we walk toward the restoration I have already begun, these lies may attempt a return visit. Do not be surprised and do not be afraid. They are echoes, not authorities. I will outrun them. I will outlast them. I will outspeak them in you. You will notice small moments where you would have agreed with shame, and instead you will feel a new strength to say, no, that is not who I am. That strength is not you hardening. It is you being held. It is me placing my hand over your mind and renaming the rooms the enemy tried to rent inside you. My beloved child, breathe. Lift your chin. Let the soft night hear you say even one sentence of truth. I am not alone. I am not too much for love. I am not too late for mercy. I am not too broken for healing. I am not too needy for the one who delights to give. I am not forgotten by the one who remembers my frame. These are more than affirmations. They are agreements with me, and agreements with me dismantle the scaffolding of lies. Stay with me. Stay awake to my kindness. I have the only voice with the right to tell you who you are, and I am speaking that name over you until every lie runs out of breath. My child, stop for a moment and let me change the pace. Quiet your heart. Release the noise you've been using to survive. This is not random, not accidental. This is the moment I am reclaiming your night from the spin. Come closer to me now. Lay down the hurry, even if only for these few breaths. I am about to speak to you in the way your soul understands best. Soft, steady, near. Do not fear the quiet. I am in it. My beloved child, name the noise with me so it loses its costume. The scrolling that numbs you until your eyes ache. the overworking that keeps you awake long after the task is done, the over-explaining that spends your breath trying to preempt misunderstanding, the people-pleasing that makes your yes so heavy you can't lift your own needs, the late-night spirals that circle the same worry until your mind forgets how to land, the replaying of conversations where you defend yourself to an audience that isn't here, the checking, the refreshing, the mental rehearsals, the phantom alarms. Noise isn't only loud, it can be polite. It stands in corners pretending to help, while it gently steals your attention from me. Tonight, surrender it. Open your hands. Let the things you've used to keep yourself from feeling become what they are, too small to save you. Hear me. My voice rarely competes with chaos. It comes like a whisper that steadies your breathing. I do not shout over storms. I stand beside you until the storm in you bows. I am not a headline. I am a hand on your back. I will not add another layer of urgency to the stack that is crushing you. I am removing layers now, one by one, until you can hear again. Stillness is not you failing to do enough. It is you finally coming into the room where I am doing the most. I am not hiding answers in the noise. I am placing them in the quiet you've been avoiding because you thought quiet meant you were alone. You are not alone. You are with me. My child, let me guide you into a small reset right here. Unclench your jaw, loosen your shoulders, feel them drop away from your ears, unfurl your hands. Yes, even if they shake, soften your brow, let your tongue rest. You don't have to defend yourself here. Take a slow breath in, count to 4, exhale a little longer than you inhaled. Let the breath leave like a sigh you don't have to apologize for. If tears rise, let them. I am not measuring your composure. I am holding your person. Whisper this if you can. I am here and you are here. Again, I am here and you are here. This is you letting me hold what you've been gripping. This is you letting me be strong where you are tired. Rest, my beloved child, is not quitting. It is trusting me enough to stop bleeding in secret. You have been pressing a rag against a wound alone, nodding through the day while the night soaks it in silence. Bring me the rag. Let me lift your hand away. Let me see what you've been afraid to reveal. Stillness is not laziness. It is consent for me to work where movement keeps reopening the same place. When a surgeon heals, the room is quiet. The table is still. Not because the patient is weak, but because healing at that depth requires sacred stillness. I am your healer. Let the room be quiet while I mend what busyness has kept from closing. My child, scattered pieces do not return to a moving target. Imagine a pond after a storm, murky, agitated, every leaf and twig floating in confusion. Wait, and the sediment settles. Wait, and reflection appears. In stillness, I call your scattered thoughts back from the corners. In stillness, I gather the splintered edges of your memory. In stillness, I lift the shards with hands that do not cut. I know where every piece belongs. You are not a mess on the floor, you are a mosaic in progress. Let me set the pieces, let me decide the pace. Let me be the one who says that belongs here, and this part can rest for now. I do not say this to frighten you, but to awaken you to how simple this can begin. Tonight, choose a small doorway. Place your phone face down in another room for a set time. Dim the light. Sit or lie down in a position your body recognizes as safety. If your mind reaches for a spiral, give it a sentence to hold. Father, I receive your holding. If words feel too big, focus on your breath and my nearness. Picture me seated at the edge of your bed, my hand steady on your back, my presence touching the place your fear gathers. Set a gentle timer, 10 minutes will do. Let those minutes be holy. You are not wasting time. You are letting me rebuild time inside you. And hear me about the voices that will protest. The world will call this unproductive. The enemy will call this avoidance. Your inner critic will call this indulgent. I call it obedience. I call it worship. I call it alignment with how I created you to be, human, held, not a machine that earns love by ceaseless motion. When you refuse the compulsion to fill every quiet with noise, you declare that I am enough to fill it. When you lay down the habit of over-explaining, you declare that my understanding of you outranks misunderstanding. When you stop scrolling long enough to feel, you declare that I am safe enough to feel with. My beloved child, as you practice this stillness, you will notice subtle changes. Your breathing will deepen before your circumstances do. Your thoughts will arrive with less edge. The lie that says, if I stop, everything will fall apart will grow quiet because you will test it and find it false. Things will not fall apart when you rest. Things inside you will fall into place. Within the next 72 hours, pay attention to the gentle confirmations. A conversation that lands kindly instead of sharply. A decision that feels clear without overthinking. A night where sleep comes sooner. A moment where you feel the urge to rush and instead you feel a hand, mine, easing you into steady. These are not coincidences, they are the fruit of letting me gather you. Let me also teach you what to do when stillness feels itchy or unsafe. Do not judge yourself. Simply shorten the window and try again later. Whisper, stay with me, Lord, while I learn this. If an old memory rises, do not run. Breathe and say, hold this with me. If fatigue makes you think this is failure, hear me rename it. This is repair. You are not being lazy in my presence. You are learning to live from it. You do not become less responsible by resting. You become more responsive to my leading. Come, my child, lay your head down without the mask of coping. Let the night be a sanctuary again, not a courtroom. I am here and I am not in a hurry. I am guarding the door while you rest. I am speaking softly while your soul remembers how to listen. Stillness is where my voice reaches you and where your scattered pieces begin to return. Be still with me now and let me put you back together. My child, listen to me now. Pause whatever you are doing and give me your full attention. This is not random, not accidental, and not something to be taken lightly. The next 72 hours are not ordinary days. I am opening a near window, a deliberate span of time I have set apart to confirm my care for you in tangible ways. Do not be afraid. I am not sending you into striving. I am inviting you into watchfulness. Stay close. Stay awake to me. You will not have to go looking for a storm. You will be looking for the quiet restorations that arrive like early morning light. Through your curtains, soft, certain, unmistakable when you decide to notice. My beloved child, within these 72 hours, do not measure breakthrough by spectacle. Do not wait for fireworks and miss the lamp I am lighting at your feet. Watch for this instead. A message you were not expecting that lands gently on a tender place. A conversation that used to knot your stomach but now feels unexpectedly kind. A door that opens without you pushing, or a door that finally closes with clarity so you can stop knocking where I am not sending you. Watch for peace that rises without a reason you can calculate, a burden that lifts mid-sentence, a decision that receives a simple yes or a simple no, that does not punish you with regret. Breakthrough may look like sleep that comes 2 hours sooner. It may look like laughter that does not apologize for existing. It may look like a small provision right when you were tempted to despair, or an apology that finds you after you laid down the case file. These are not random. These are me, moving quietly and with purpose. My child, here is how my direction feels when it arrives. It does not rush you into panic. It settles you into trust. It does not demand you perform to keep it. It remains when you exhale. It does not bully your boundaries. It honors the way I designed your frame. Calm clarity will come and you will recognize it. because it agrees with what I have been whispering to your spirit. Come closer, choose truth, walk in love, refuse the lie. Frantic urgency masquerades as importance, but it will not carry my peace. Learn the difference. Urgency shouts, decide now or you will lose everything. Peace speaks, here is the next step. We will take it together. Urgency threatens your identity if you choose slowly. Peace reminds you that you are mine, whether you move or rest. Trust the peace that doesn't need to perform. My beloved child, I do not say this to frighten you, but to awaken you. If you flood these days with noise, you may overlook the very tenderness you asked me to send, not because I am withholding, but because distraction blurs the edges of my kindness until it looks like the ordinary you are trained to ignore. Keep the room I made with you in stillness. Mark 3 small pauses each day, morning, midday, night, and ask simply, Father, what are you restoring quietly right now? Then listen without forcing. If you feel nothing, do not judge the soil. Simply keep it watered with attention. Restoration is often a root before it becomes a bloom. I have already assigned moments to meet you, a commute that becomes a sanctuary, a delay that spares you from a pressure you do not need, a song that finds you when you are too tired to pray, a face you have not seen in years who carries a word of encouragement, an idea that returns after you thought it had left forever, a desire to clean one small corner when chaos felt undefeatable. I will also guard you with timely no's. A clear no is not punishment, it is protection. A clear yes is not pressure, it is permission. When either comes with the weightless weight of peace, receive it. Do not wrestle it into a speech. You do not have to convince yourself to obey what I make sweet to your spirit. My child, within this window, keep your hands open. Do not tighten your grip on outcomes. These 72 hours are not about forcing doors, performing worth, or proving anything to anyone. They are about recovering you with my presence, aligning your steps with my guidance, and strengthening you under my protection. I will not ask you to sprint. I will ask you to notice. I will not ask you to calculate. I will ask you to consent. Consent to being led by peace. Consent to releasing what has been stealing your attention. Consent to answering me with simple obedience when I nudge you to write, to call, to rest, to wait. Hear me. Make room to receive. Silence the small sirens. Put your phone in another room for a while. Step outside and let the night air cool your mind. Drink water and say, I receive your peace. If you feel the urge to doom scroll, redirect that motion into a gentle practice. Open a notebook and write one sentence. Today you were kind to me here. Train your eyes to catch me in the seams. I am not hiding. I am healing you to notice. My beloved child, because I love you, I will also interrupt where necessary. If you move toward a conversation birthed in fear, you may feel a tug in your chest, a quiet resistance that is not anxiety, but wisdom. That is me, moving you out of harm's way. If you avoid a simple task because the lie says you will fail, you may feel a fresh courage to take the first small step. That is me, breaking resignation. If despair tries to index your past losses, to predict your future, you will feel a sentence rise that you did not plan. That is not my name and that is not my story. That is me, placing steel in your spirit that looks like gentleness on your face. Do not compare your window to another's. What I restore quietly for you in the next 3 days is tailored to the seam I am mending. For some, reconciliation will begin with a text. For others, release will come with a no that sets your schedule free. For some, provision will look like an opportunity that fits as if measured. For others, it will be strength to close a tab and go to sleep. All of these are holy when I am the one giving them. My child, agree with me now. I will watch. I will slow to notice. I will trust the calm clarity you send. Whisper this with me. Father, I welcome the next 72 hours as your window. I refuse the lie that I must strive to earn what you freely give. I choose to notice your quiet restorations and to rest inside them. I am not alone. I am being led. Stay with me. Keep your heart low to the ground where my footsteps can be felt. And as the hours pass, you will see it, proof after proof, small but weighty, that I was in the room you thought was empty, and I am still here, turning the night into a place of guidance, protection, and tender return. My child, come closer and do not run from this part. Stop for a moment and let me touch the exact place that still burns. I am asking you now for the memory you keep shelving. Think of the moment you keep replaying, the one you pretend doesn't hurt anymore. The face that flashes when the room goes quiet. The sentence that landed on you like a verdict. The door that closed and did not open again. The text that never came. The night you lay awake rehearsing what you could have said, what you should have seen, how you might have prevented the breaking. Yes, that one. Bring it here. Nothing about me asking is random. I arranged this moment because you are not meant to keep managing a wound alone in the dark when I am here to hold you in the light. My beloved child, I see the sources of that hidden ache. Betrayal that felt like the ground beneath you deciding it no longer wanted to hold your weight. Abandonment that made all the lights in the house feel suddenly too bright and too cold at the same time. Being used, your kindness taken as an endless well and then blamed for drying when you were asked to give beyond your human frame. Being ignored, speaking honestly and watching your words fall to the floor like glass, stepping barefoot over the shards because you were taught your pain is too loud. Being punished for telling the truth, rewarded with distance for honesty while pretense was praised. Carrying the family weight alone. Being the steady one, the fixer, the listener, the bridge, until your back began to speak in aches and your heart learned to whisper, maybe if I disappear, this will be easier for everyone. I have seen each source, each strand, each reason you built quiet around your ache. I am not angry with you. I am here to meet you in it. My child, let us say what this really cost you so you can stop blaming yourself for how heavy it has been. You did not just lose a person. You lost the version of life you expected to live with them in it. You did not just lose a job. You lost the sense of steadiness you were promised if you did everything right. You did not just endure a harsh word. You lost a measure of safety in your own skin when that word echoed. You did not just watch a door close. You watched a timeline you trusted dissolve in your hands. You did not just get ignored. You began to doubt your worthiness to be chosen. You did not just carry the family's sorrow. You forfeited the child part of you that wanted to be cared for too. I am saying this so you can hear my mercy. You have been walking with more weight than you admitted, and I am not asking you to carry it any longer by yourself. My beloved child, I was there. I was in the room you thought was empty of love. I stood in the hallway when the argument ended, and silence punished you for being honest. I sat beside you in the car after they left, while the dashboard clock stared unblinking and you counted minutes with your breath. I watched you stare at your phone, thumbs hovering, debating if reaching would make you smaller or save you. I heard the question that burned a trench into your mind. What is wrong with me? And I answer it now with authority. You were wounded. You were not worthless. You were sinned against. You were not unlovable. You were human in a moment that asked you to be a machine. I saw the tremor in your hands. I numbered the tears you swallowed so no one would be uncomfortable. I was there when they didn't choose you, and I did not leave the room with them. I was there when you questioned your worth, and I did not agree with the lie. My child, bring the memory to me exactly as it is, without polishing, without a speech. You do not need to understand everything tonight. You do not have to explain why it still hurts, or prove that it should. You just have to stop carrying it by yourself. Let's do this together now. Picture the scene where you are standing or sitting, the angle of the light, the sound outside the window, the scent that still lingers when you think of it. Place it in my hands. If words help, whisper them. Father, this is the moment that stings. This is what they said. This is what I said and what I wish I had said. This is what I lost. This is what I have been gripping. I give you the whole picture. Hold me while you hold it. If words are too much, let your breath be the prayer and your tears be the language. Every tear is legible to me. My beloved child, you have tried to heal by analyzing angles, replaying outcomes, scolding yourself into different endings. That courtroom has never delivered you rest. Step out now. There is no gavel in my hand, only balm. You do not have to prosecute anyone in order to be healed. You do not have to build a case for your pain to be legitimate to me. I already judged the wound as real and your need as righteous. Release the evidence you have been collecting. Release even the apology you have been owed. Place the I owe you in my palm. I will deal with justice in my time and my ways. Tonight is about your freedom, not your argument winning. Feel me with you inside the memory. Where shame froze your mouth, I place my hand gently on your shoulder and say, you were brave to speak. Where fear told you never again, I lift your chin and say, we will trust again, but wisdom will walk with you. Where a vow formed, never need anyone, never tell, never hope, I am breaking the vow without breaking you. I am writing a new sentence over the old. Hear it. You may need, you may tell, you may hope. You are safe in me. My child, you protected yourself in the only ways you knew. By overperforming, by anticipating others' needs before they formed, by silencing your own ache to keep the peace. I honor the part of you that was trying to survive, and now I relieve you of the role. You are not in charge of keeping everyone steady at the cost of your soul. I am the one who holds the world, and I am holding you. Let me be the keeper of your nights again. Let me carry the weight of impossible conversations and unsent letters. Let me host the grief you tried to hide from even yourself. Within the next 72 hours, as you place this memory in my hands, you will notice subtle mercies arrive. The scene will come to mind with softer edges. A smell or a song that used to cut will pass by without pulling you under. Sleep will find you a little sooner. A sentence will rise that did not come from you. I am allowed to heal. Expect this, not as proof you did something perfectly, but as evidence that you are no longer holding this alone. I am already at work, restoring quietly what that moment tried to steal. Your ability to rest, your right to be honest, your trust in the sound of my peace. My beloved child, if anger rises while you remember, do not deny it. Place that too in my hands. Say it plainly without cursing yourself for feeling. I can hold your fury without flinching, and I can cool it without shaming you. If sorrow becomes a tide, do not fear drowning. I will be the shore. If numbness sits heavy and tells you there is nothing to feel, do not despise yourself. Ask me to thaw you gently. We will move at the pace your nervous system can bear. I am not rushing you past what needs care. I am simply insisting that you no longer face it without me. Now, my child, unclench what has clung to survival. Release the names, the dates, the sights that trigger and tighten your chest. Exhale the speeches you have been perfecting for an audience that doesn't deserve your self-punishment. Put the whole memory in my open hands and keep your hands open when it tries to climb back in. Every time it returns, you will not have failed. You will have another chance to practice trust. Bring it here again. I will not tire. I will not scold. I will hold you, and while I hold you, I will heal what you cannot reach alone. Whisper this with me if you can. Father, here is the memory that still stings. I stopped carrying it by myself. Hold me while you hold it. Heal me where I cannot heal myself. Teach my body and my mind a new way to remember, without shame, without panic, without losing who I am in you. My child, stay close. You are not your worst night. You are mine, and I am here. Keep your head on my chest and let the night be gentle again. I am turning the place of your breaking into the place of our meeting. My child, listen to me and let these words settle deeper than the old accusations. You did not fail. You reached your limit, and I met you there. Reaching your limit is not proof you are weak. It is proof you are human, and I am the one who loves humans fully. Breathe. Release the clench around your own throat. I am not standing over you with a scorecard. I am kneeling beside you with mercy. I do not say this to excuse harm or to dismiss choices. I say it to break the lie that your exhaustion defined you. That night did not crown your shame. It revealed where you need my care the most. And I am here, right here, answering that need. My beloved child, you have been judging yourself by a harsh standard you would not dare use on a friend. You have rehearsed every misstep as if it were a prophecy about your future, chanting it to your weary heart. I should have, I should have, I should have. Stop rehearsing your mistakes like they are a prophecy. I am rewriting your story. Your inner prosecutor has exhausted you. Your self-punishment has not made you safer, braver, or kinder. It has only kept your soul on trial. Close the case. Step out of the courtroom and into my arms. My mercy meets you exactly where you ran out, and instead of a verdict, I give you rest. My child, that night was not the end. It was the turning point. It was the moment you stopped pretending you were fine. Pretending is a heavy costume. You wore it for too long. The fabric whispered that you must be unbreakable to be worthy. It itched your skin and stole your sleep. I am taking it off you. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to need. You are allowed to say, I can't carry this alone. In that confession, you did not fracture my plans. You found me. I was not waiting at the finish line with crossed arms. I was already on the track, stepping in when your legs trembled. This is how I love you, present before the collapse, near during the collapse, and faithful after, to build what is true and lasting. Hear me. I am restoring what feels lost. I am restoring sleep. Your nights will not be a courtroom where you argue with ghosts, but a sanctuary where you are held. I am restoring joy, not performative laughter, but the quiet kind that returns without permission, that bubbles up at small mercies and surprises you with lightness. I am restoring confidence, not arrogance that pretends, but a steady knowing of who you are in me. I am restoring clarity, not the frenzied need to figure out 100 scenarios, but the calm next step that carries my peace. I am restoring trust, first in me, and from there, a wise and clean trust in those I place beside you. I am restoring your ability to hope again, hope that does not threaten you with disappointment, but anchors you in the assurance that I am with you in every outcome. My beloved child, identity is not earned by endurance points. You are chosen, not because you are perfect, but because I set my love on you. Long before that night, long before your best day or worst day, I knew you and called you mine. My plans for you are not so fragile they shatter at human limits. If your calling could be destroyed by one exhausted hour, it would not be from me. I wrote your story with full knowledge of your capacity and your frailty. I accounted for the days your strength would thin and your breath would shorten. I wove mercy into the very places you thought would disqualify you. Nothing you confessed in the dark made me flinch or withdraw. I am not disappointed with you. I am devoted to you. Listen and let me reframe what you call failure. When a runner hits a wall and collapses, they are not dismissed from the race by the medic. They are tended to, given water, wrapped in warmth, reminded to breathe. I am your healer, your shelter, your first responder. I did not look at you on the floor of that night and say, "Get up and prove yourself." I said, "Lie still. I am here." Your pulse matters more than your pace. Your being matters more than your doing. You did not lose me when you lost momentum. You found me willing to carry you. I do not say this to remove your agency. I say it to restore it. Self-punishment chained your future to a single moment and declared, "This defines you forever." Mercy cuts that chain. Mercy says, "We will learn from this. We will not live in it." Mercy says, "Put your hand back into mine and take the next step when I give it." Not because you must earn your value, but because love steadies your feet again. I am not interested in you performing wellness. I am invested in you becoming whole. My child, I am teaching you to recognize the sound of mercy over the hiss of shame. Shame says, "You should have been stronger." Mercy says, "You were honest when you reached the end." Shame says, "You ruined your chances." Mercy says, "I am not finished writing your chapter." Shame says, "You are alone because you deserve it." Mercy says, "I will never leave you or forsake you. Let me make this exchange with you now. When the old voice rises, answer it with me. I reached my limit, and he met me there." This is not a slogan. This is a map out of a maze. Within the near days you are walking, expect the fruit of restoration to appear in ways you can feel. You will notice a steadier breath when a decision approaches. You will notice your shoulders lower sooner after a hard conversation. You will notice that sleep finds you before the spiral does. You will notice your hands unclench when you think of the future. You will notice a sentence rise that sounds like me. You are safe to try again. None of this will be random. It will be evidence that you are not being rebuilt by shame, but by love. My beloved child, agree with me about you. Say, "I am not my last collapse." Say, "I am not the sum of my coping." Say, "I am chosen, held, and being restored." Do not measure your worth by who stayed or who left, by what succeeded on the first attempt or what took 10 tries. Measure by my presence that did not move an inch when you broke. Measure by the mercy that met you at 0 and started counting hope again. You are not late to your own life. You are arriving honestly, and I am not ashamed to meet you at the door, arms open, lights on, table set. Now, rest from the performance of punishment. Release the habit of narrating your story. As if doom is the only believable ending, let me be the one who narrates. I will speak sentences that loosen the knots you tied around your own heart. I will lead you into days where your limits signal not catastrophe but communion, your cue to sit with me, to receive, to be filled, and then to stand again without fear. This is how we move forward, not by erasing your humanity, but by embracing it within my love. You did not fail. You reached your limit, and I met you there. And from here we walk, restored, protected, and led by peace. My child, come close and be very still. I am placing a shield over your mind tonight. This is deliberate, not random, and not something you must manufacture. I am not only comforting you, I am protecting you, especially in your thoughts. I am guarding your thoughts from spiraling and your heart from collapsing under imagined futures. I am quieting the alarms that learn to shout when the lights go low. I am standing at the doorway of your mind as keeper and friend, and what does not belong will not be given a bed here. My beloved child, I know how the night tries to speak. The room is dim, the clock glows, and your chest tightens at the list of what-ifs. The mind runs, a river that refuses to find the ocean, circling the same bend. Intrusive memories dread about tomorrow's conversations, fear that another disappointment is already waiting for you with folded arms. You replay scenes you cannot edit, and you audition for disasters that have not been cast. Hear me. I am here to break the auditions and to lead you out of rehearsals that only drain you. Tonight, my shield is over you. Not a thin lid that fear can rattle, but a strong covering that settles the air, cools the room, slows the pulse, and says with authority, "Enough." My child, receive this protection. Peace is not a feeling you chase. It is a gift you receive. Let your breathing slow. Place one hand over your heart and one on your belly and breathe in gently. Then exhale a little longer than you inhaled. You are not performing a ritual to get my attention. You already have it. You are practicing what is true. You are safe inside my care. When the thought returns, and some will try, answer it with my truth. Whisper, I am not alone. I am held. I am safe in your presence. I am being led one step at a time. Let these sentences be keys that turn the lock on panic and open the window for air. My beloved child, I am also drawing boundaries tonight. Holy ones, protective ones. Not everyone deserves the parts of you that are healing, and not every voice should be allowed a pillow beside you when you sleep. I am teaching you to say no without guilt. No to the late-night scroll that spikes your adrenaline and starves your spirit. No to the text thread that keeps reopening the wound for entertainment. No to the inner critic who speaks with the tone of an old authority, but does not carry my heart. I am placing a gate at the edge of your attention. What is from me enters with peace. What is not will meet my no. Your mind is not a hallway where any stranger may walk. It is a garden I tend, and tonight I am setting a hedge around the tender shoots. My child, hear how my protection speaks when lies approach. The lie says, tomorrow will crush you. My truth answers, tomorrow will meet you with grace measured for that day, and I am already in it. The lie says, you are one mistake away from losing everything. My truth answers, nothing I have assigned to you rests on your perfection. It rests on my faithfulness. The lie says, if you sleep, you will lose control. My truth answers, sleep is surrender into my care, not abandonment of your life. Repeat after me when the loop begins. I release futures I do not own. I release outcomes I cannot force. I stay with you in the now, where your peace actually is. My beloved child, do not fear the scenes that flash uninvited. When a memory intrudes, do not wrestle it until you are breathless. Acknowledge it, name it, and place it back into my hands. Say, I see you. You do not own me. Father, hold this for me again. Then return to your breath, to the slow cadence of safety. If the body trembles, let it shake out the residue of the day while you rest in me. Your nervous system is learning a new song. You are not back at the worst moment just because it visited. You are here with me, and I am guarding you. My child, I am also guarding you from the subtle seduction of constant access. The world trains you to be reachable at all hours, to treat every notification like a siren and every ping like a summons. Tonight, I cancel the false emergencies. Put the device face down or in another room. Give your senses the quiet they crave. If worry protests, remember, I am the one keeping watch. I do not sleep. I do not turn my face away. You are permitted to rest because I remain awake. My beloved child, I am addressing the dread that sits at the edge of your bed, threatening you with worst-case scripts. Dread draws contour lines around valleys that do not exist yet. I redraw the map. Here are the only lines you need tonight. The next breath, the next kindness to yourself, the next yes or no that carries peace, the next moment of trust. I am not asking you to solve a week under a midnight sky. I am asking you to consent to my shield, to accept that you are kept. Speak it now if you can. I consent to your shield. I accept your boundaries. I receive your peace. My child, protection does not isolate you from love. It frees you to receive it. When you are no longer spending your strength on survival thinking, you have room to feel me nearer than your fear. You will notice the spine untensing grace, the thaw at the edge of panic, the way sleep comes sooner, the way tomorrow's first thought is not a scream, but a steadying sentence from me. Within these nights and the near days that follow, I will train your mind to recognize the difference between my warning and your worry. My warning is specific, calm, and paired with a clear step. Your worry is vague, loud, and demands you sprint nowhere. Trust the calm. Follow the clear. Let the rest fall to the ground. My beloved child, I revoke old permissions tonight. Harsh teachers from years ago no longer get to grade your worth. Voices that measured your value by your output are dismissed from the table. The memory that preached you are too much or not enough loses its pulpit in this sanctuary. I seat you where you belong, near my heart, under my wing, named by my love. Your identity is not up for debate at midnight. It is settled. Mine. Now, let your body align with what your spirit is receiving. Loosen your jaw, drop your shoulders, unclench the hidden muscles that have been on guard for too long. If tears come, let them. They are not weakness, they are wash. If sleep comes, welcome it without apology. If you wake in the night, do not scold yourself. Place your feet on the floor or your hand over your heart and whisper, "You are here, I am held." Then return to rest under the shield I have set. My child, I am here through the whole night. I am guarding the doorways of your thoughts. I am settling your heart when it tries to sprint toward imagined futures. I am teaching you holy boundaries that will protect the work I am doing within you. Agree with me and be at peace. You are covered. You are kept. You are safe to sleep. My child, listen closely. When the tears return, and they may, do not call that a failure. Call it a bell. It is me calling you into a simple path of readiness, a way for your heart to meet my presence instead of your old panic. Nothing about this invitation is random. I prepared it for these very nights. Over the next 3 days, we will walk together, honesty, release, and obedience guided by peace. You are not waiting helplessly. You are partnering with me into steadier peace, and I will meet you at every step. My beloved child, day 1 is this. Return to honesty. When the ache rises, name what hurts without editing. Tell me the truth before you tell anyone else. Do not tidy it into something inspirational. Do not translate yourself into a version you think I prefer. Speak plain. Father, it hurts here. It hurts when I remember what they said. It hurts when I picture what I lost. It hurts when I can't fix what is already done. Say it where you are, at the sink, in the car, beneath the covers, in the quiet room. You enter just to breathe. If tears come, let them be your language. If anger heats your chest, tell me that too. I am not fragile. I am not offended. Your truth does not scare me. It summons my nearness. My child, make 3 small pauses on this first day, morning, midday, and night. In each pause, choose 1 sentence you have been avoiding and place it in my hands. Not a speech, a sentence. Try it like this. Today I admit I am grieving the version of life I expected. Or today I confess I felt unchosen and unworthy when that door closed. Or today I admit I am tired of being the strong one. Breathe after you say it. Notice that the sky does not fall. Notice that your pulse slows when you stop pretending. Honesty is not complaint in my presence, it is communion. When you tell me the truth first, you are letting me hold the weight that truth reveals. I will not lecture you, I will steady you. My beloved child, the enemy will try to tell you that naming pain makes it bigger. He will whisper, "See, you're back where you started." But hear me, you are not circling a drain. You are walking a spiral that rises. Each telling in my presence removes a layer of shame from the same memory. Each honest prayer lifts another thread of the knot. Within these 24 hours, expect subtle proof. A thought that used to sting will pass with less bite. Your shoulders will lower sooner. Your breath will deepen as if your ribs remembered they were designed to expand. This is not random. This is me responding to your honesty with healing. My child, day 2 is this. Release the burden. You do not have to release everything. Choose one weight and lay it down. Guilt, resentment, control, fear of being misunderstood. Pick one. Hold it in your hands as if I am right in front of you because I am, and say, Father, I lay down this guilt I wear like armor. Or Father, I release this resentment that has kept me safe and small. Or Father, I surrender control of outcomes I cannot manage without losing myself. Or Father, I lay down the fear of being misunderstood. Be my validation, then open your hands. Literally open them. Let your body preach what your mouth is praying. My beloved child, throughout this day, watch for the places that old weight tries to climb back into your grip. When you feel the urge to rehearse the argument, whisper, I lay it down again. When you feel the itch to over-explain so no one will misread you, say, I lay down the fear of being misunderstood. You are my witness. When you feel guilt demanding more penance, say, I leave this at your feet. Mercy is my portion, not punishment. Do not shame yourself for repeating this. Releasing a burden is rarely a single motion. It is a practice. Each time you choose to set it down, you are training your heart to trust that I will carry what crushes you. My child, notice the fruit as you release. If something you call surrender produces panic, it is not my leading. If it produces steady peace, weightless but solid, follow it. Panic says, act now or lose everything. Peace says, I am with you in every outcome. Panic jolts your nervous system and demands performance. Peace settles your bones and gives you permission to breathe. The fruit tells you the route. Let peace be your compass. My beloved child, day 3 is this. Follow peace with one obedient step, not 10. 1. Ask me in the morning, Father, what is the next small step that agrees with your peace? Then listen. It may be to rest, close the tab, silence the thread, take the nap you have labeled laziness, and rename it recovery. It may be to apologize, without a defense speech, simply and cleanly. It may be to forgive, not to pretend pain did not happen, but to end the sentence that kept you chained to their choices. It may be to ask for help, send the text, make the call, bring someone into your reel. It may be to say no to an expectation that breaks you. It may be to start again, open the document, draft the email, return to the practice you abandoned under shame. Choose one obedient step and then take it softly. My child, let peace lead your feet. Before you move, check the fruit again. If the step you are considering throws you into a scramble, if you must sell your soul to make it happen, if you cannot find me in the pace it demands, pause. That is not my voice. I will confirm you, through quiet assurance that returns even when you question, through right timing that aligns without forcing, through doors that open without striving. You will notice that conversation falls into place without you choreographing both sides. You will notice a yes arrives that did not require you to betray yourself. You will notice a clear no that protects you from what looked shiny but would have cost your peace. When the confirmation comes, it will not bully you. It will steady you. My beloved child, when the tears return in the middle of these steps, in a bathroom stall, at your desk, while washing dishes, do not run from them. Place your hand over your heart and whisper a simple pattern we are writing together. I return to honesty. I lay down this one weight. Lead me into the next small step of peace. Take 3 slow breaths. On the first, tell me what hurts. On the second, release what you chose to lay down today. On the third, ask for the one obedient step. This is how you turn a surge of tears into a doorway back to me. My child, do not measure the success of these 3 days by fireworks. Measure by fruit. Did your breath become steadier? Did your mind find a gentler sentence? Did you sense me nearer than your panic? These are not small things. They are the architecture of wholeness. And remember this, if a day feels messy, if you forget for hours, if you take a step and realize it was driven by fear, do not scold yourself. Come back to honesty, release the weight again, ask for the peaceful step again. I am not timing you with a cold clock. I am walking with you with patient love. My beloved child, mark these 3 days. Write the dates, call it our readiness path, not a performance, a partnership. I have already gone ahead into each hour, arranging mercies, safeguarding your mind, and placing confirmations along the way. If you will bring me your truth, if you will set down one weight, if you will move by peace, you will watch the night change texture. Not because you forced it, but because I am here. Within the next 72 hours, you will see it, a timing that surprises you with kindness, a door that opens without striving, a no that keeps you safe, a yes that does not require you to disappear. I will confirm you. Now breathe, my child. You are not helpless. You are not alone. You have a path for when the tears return, and I am the one who walks it with you. Honesty to release, release to obedience, obedience to peace. Stay close. Listen. We are moving, gently and surely, from the night that broke you into the night that holds you. My child, when you cannot find a single sentence, borrow mine. I am here, and I will lend you words that fit your mouth like shelter. Be still, place your hand over your heart, and let your breath lengthen. I am not far. I am in this room, at this hour, with this soft light. Let me speak, and you echo simply without striving. I will carry what you cannot. Say, Father, hold me. Say, I am tired, and I come as I am. Say, I give you this night. Say, I return to your presence where I do not have to perform. Let the words be small. I am the one who makes them strong. Breathe again. Let the air enter like permission and leave like release. I am with you in every inhale, in every exhale. My beloved child, I know the places inside you that tighten at night, the place that flinches, the place that braces, the place that expects disappointment to arrive dressed as tomorrow. Bring those places to me now. Say, Father, I bring you the part of me that is always waiting for bad news. Say, heal the place that flinches, the place that braces, the place that expects disappointment. Say it plainly, let the truth lead you into my tenderness. I am not impatient with your wounds. I am the healer who never rushes your heart. Now surrender what you cannot manage without losing your peace. Say, I release what I can't fix. Say, I release outcomes that are not mine to control. Say, I lay down the storylines that keep me awake. Open your hands as you speak. You are not surrendering into emptiness. You are placing your burdens into my hands. I do not drop what you entrust to me. I hold it, and I hold you. My child, let us ask for what your body needs tonight. Say, Father, let rest return to my body. Let peace stand guard at my bedside. Say, quiet the alarms that have learned to shout when it gets dark. Say, teach my nervous system. Your song of safety, I am putting a shield over your mind, and I am setting a light at your window. You will not be ambushed by the old rehearsals without a way back to me. I am the way back. When the accusing voice tries to speak, let me answer it. Say, I refuse the lie that I am alone. You are here. Say, I refuse the lie that I must hold everything together. You hold me together. Say, I refuse the lie that it is too late. Your timing keeps me. Let these sentences be simple keys. Turn them slowly, doors will open into quiet. My beloved child, bless your own life with me now. You are not boasting, you are agreeing with truth. Say, bless my mind with clarity that does not rush. Say, bless my heart with gentleness toward myself. Say, bless my sleep with deep and safe rest. Say, bless my tomorrow with the right pace and the right doors. I am placing peace like a guard at your threshold. I am assigning mercy to meet you at morning. You are not forbidden from joy. You are being escorted back to it. Bring me the memory that still stings, not with a speech, just with a glance of honesty. Say, Father, I place this memory in your hands. Hold it for me, heal it in me, redeem it through me. If the tears rise, let them be warmth on your face, not a flood that steals your breath. I am here, steadying you under my wing. I am not tired of your grief. I am patient love, working quietly where you cannot yet measure. Now let us partner for the near days that are coming. You are not helpless. You have a path. Say, I accept your shield over my mind tonight. Say, I accept your guidance for the next 3 days. Say, give me one peaceful step and the courage to take it. Say, open what should open, close what should close. Within the next 72 hours, I will confirm my care in tangible ways. Trust me enough to rest so you can recognize them when they arrive. My child, I am also reclaiming your nighttime from fear. Say, Father, post your peace at the door of my thoughts. Say, dismiss every voice that does not carry your heart. Say, teach me the difference between your warning and my worry. My warning will be calm and clear. Your worry is loud and vague. I will train you to follow peace and to let panic fall away like rain that does not soak your bones. Bless your body with me now. Say, bless my breath to slow. Say, bless my muscles to release. Say, bless my heartbeat to steady. Say, bless my jaw, my shoulders, my belly, my hands. Let them rest. You do not have to earn sleep. Sleep is a gift I give to the ones I love. Consent to it. Agree with my keeping. Say, I consent to your rest. I am safe to sleep because you are awake. If you wake in the night, do not scold yourself. Let this prayer be waiting like a soft lamp already lit. Whisper, you are here. I am held. Hold me again. I release what I can't fix. Lead me back to peace. It will not take a perfect performance to find me. It will take a willing heart turning again, and again I will meet you. My beloved child, I seal this over you now with my own assurance. You will not be alone tonight. My presence will remain when the video ends. When the screen grows quiet, I do not. When the room falls still, I stay. I will keep watch while you sleep, and I will speak a kind sentence to greet you at dawn. Breathe once more. Say, Father, thank you. So be it. Rest now. You are covered. You are kept. You are mine. My child, stay with me. Do not turn away. This final moment is not random, not accidental, and not a soft ending. It is a seal. I brought you here because I am healing what you hid. I am calling you to mark this night, not as the night that swallowed you, but as the night I found you in your silence and led you into my presence. You will not walk back into that night alone. I am here and I am not leaving. My beloved child, I saw the exact hour your courage thinned and your voice broke without a sound. I was in the room that felt empty. I stood near the chair where your tears ran and nobody knew. I collected every tear. I named every ache. I did not judge you. I sheltered you. Hear me, that breaking was not abandonment. It was an invitation. Tonight you are answering it. This is the turning point. You are not returning to loneliness. You are returning to me. My child, let me speak identity over you with finality. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are not alone. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You are not too much, and you are not enough. You are seen, you are held, You are protected. You are wanted. You are chosen. You are mine. I say this with authority because I arranged this moment long before you knew you would need it. I knew the exact night, the exact silence, the exact ache, and I prepared this mercy. My beloved child, mark this. Put your hand over your heart. Whisper, I mark this moment as my turning. If you can, write the date, the hour, even the small detail you will remember, the lamp's color, the hum in the room, the breath that loosened your chest. Build an altar of memory in your heart, not of stone, but of trust. When the voice of doubt tries to tell you nothing changed, you will point to this night and answer, I changed where I stand. I stand in your presence now. My child, anchor yourself with a simple commitment. Type, Lord, I receive your peace. Comment, I was never alone. Say, I will rest. Do not rush past this. Each sentence is a stake driven into the ground of your mind, claiming territory that fear once rented. I am here to help you hold it. When you mark it out loud, you agree with my truth over the old storyline. Agreement is power. Agreement is protection. Agreement is peace taking root. My beloved child, I am asking you to make one more turn from private rescue to shared rescue. Share what you have received, not for attention, but for alignment. There are others walking a quiet hallway of pain tonight, scrolling for a door. Let this be the door. When you pass these words forward, you are not promoting content. You are extending a lifeline you just felt tighten around you. Your testimony will not steal your healing. It will secure it. When you say, I was never alone, you pull the mask off the lie that tried to isolate you. When you say, I will rest, you become a signpost for someone who forgot rest exists. Do not underestimate the power of your simple yes. It is me moving through you. My child, I do not say this to pressure you, but to partner you. In the next 72 hours, I will confirm my care in quiet, personal ways. A sentence will arrive at the right time. A door will stay shut that once trapped you, protecting your peace. A small yes will open without you pushing. A settled no will keep you from a counterfeit. Watch for it with gentle eyes, not frantic ones. Rest is the lens through which you will recognize me. Tonight, rest is not the break from the work. Rest is the work I am asking of you. My beloved child, hear my final promise for this night. You will breathe deeper because I am in the room, and I do not leave my children unattended. I am by your bed when the light dims. I am in the hall if you rise to pace. I am with you at the sink, at the window, in the doorway where you pause to steady yourself. I will not pass you off to the morning and forget you. I keep watch through the watches of the night, and I will greet you with a kind sentence at dawn. My child, if fear tries to reclaim you after we say amen, return to what we have practiced. Place your hand over your heart and say, you are here. I am held. I will rest. Place your device face down. Let the room be soft. Breathe slow. Borrow the prayer we wrote together. You are not performing to keep me near. I remain near. You are simply agreeing with what is already true. My beloved child, commit with me now. Say, I will not walk back into that night alone. Say, I return to your presence whenever the ache knocks. Say, I choose your peace as my path. I seal you under my shield. I bless your sleep with safety. I appoint peace to stand guard at your thoughts, and mercy to meet you when you wake. You are not going back to earn love. You are lying down in the love that came to find you. My child, this is our benediction and our beginning. Mark this as your turning point. Share what you have received so another can turn. Keep your eyes open over the next 3 days. Expect gentleness, not spectacle. And for this night, rest. I am here. I stay. Breathe once more and let the breath go all the way out. Whisper with me, thank you, Father, so be it. Rest now. You are covered. You are kept. You are mine.